Most political power is loud, reactive, and constantly on display. Karoline Leavitt built hers the opposite way, privately, deliberately, and away from the spotlight. Before the cameras, before the headlines, before the rapid rise, there was a controlled personal life designed to absorb pressure without leaking it. Before we break it down, like the video, subscribe to Zenith, and comment, "Focus," if you're locked in. Today, we're stepping inside Karoline Leavitt's home, her lifestyle, and the off-camera structure that made one of the fastest ascents in modern American politics possible. Long before press rooms and podiums, Karoline Leavitt was shaped by a place that had nothing to do with Washington. She was born on August 24, 1997, in Atkinson, New Hampshire, far from power centers, media bubbles, and political insulation. Her family ran a used truck dealership and a small ice cream shop. Work was expected. Complaining wasn't tolerated. Faith, routine, and responsibility weren't talking points. They were the structure of daily life. That environment didn't teach ambition through credentials. It taught it through repetition. Her education followed the same pattern. After graduating from Central Catholic High School in 2015, she earned a softball scholarship to St. Anselm College. On campus, she didn't stay neutral. While most students avoided political friction, she went straight into it, writing editorials defending Donald Trump, criticizing media narratives, and openly supporting policies like the 2017 travel ban. The attention wasn't accidental. She understood early that clarity attracts conflict, and that conflict brings visibility. That visibility translated into opportunity. During college, Leavitt interned at Fox News, where she saw how political stories are constructed, framed, and distributed. From there, she moved into the White House Office of Presidential Correspondence, handling public feedback addressed directly to the president. It wasn't glamorous, but it was instructive. She learned how public sentiment moves and how institutions respond under pressure. After graduating in 2019, the first in her immediate family to earn a college degree, she returned to the White House as an assistant press secretary under Kayleigh McEnany. The environment was unforgiving. Fast cycles, aggressive press, zero margin for error. Leavitt adapted quickly, absorbing message discipline and learning how to operate when scrutiny never lets up. When the administration ended in 2021, she didn't slow down. She moved to Capitol Hill as communications director for Elise Stefanik, who became both mentor and amplifier. The approach stayed the same: direct, confrontational, unapologetic. In 2022, Leavitt tested her own momentum by running for Congress in New Hampshire's 1st District. She lost the race, but gained something more durable: national recognition. Endorsements from figures like Ted Cruz and Lauren Boebert cemented her reputation as a rising figure within conservative politics. That reputation carried weight. In January 2024, she was named National Press Secretary for Trump's campaign, becoming one of its most visible defenders across television and social media. 1 year later, on January 20th, 2025, she was appointed White House Press Secretary, the youngest person ever to hold the position at just 27. Her early briefings signaled a shift, expanding access to independent journalists and digital media while tightening message control. But all of that traces back to a quieter decision made long before the spotlight: where to build her life. Leavitt chose to stay rooted in New Hampshire. Her home sits near the western edge of a lake, offering isolation, routine, and distance without complete withdrawal. With 6 bedrooms, 6 bathrooms, and roughly 4,700 square feet, the house balances scale with restraint. It's substantial, but never performative, built for function, privacy, and recovery, not display. That choice explains the pattern: loud career, quiet base, visibility in public, control in private. And that balance is what allowed the rise to happen as fast and as deliberately as it did. Her New Hampshire home was designed by Bonin architects in the Roycroft arts and crafts tradition, a style that values restraint, materials, and longevity over trends. Nothing here is meant to impress on arrival. From the exterior, the house blends into its surroundings. Inside, it opens fully to them. The design choice signals something specific: taste without performance, tradition without nostalgia. The main level revolves around a single continuous living space that combines kitchen, dining, and lounge areas. A full-height glass wall pulls the lake directly into the room, shifting the atmosphere with the light: warm gold at sunset, deep blue after dark. A stone fireplace anchors the space, adding gravity rather than drama. The kitchen is built to be used, not photographed. Crown point cabinetry, granite counters, and thermidor appliances point to function first. Long mornings, late dinners, real use. Upstairs, the primary suite feels less like a bedroom and more like a lookout. Sliding doors open onto a private patio above the water. The ensuite bathroom stays understated, prioritizing calm over display. Adjacent to it sits a home office shaped with northwest-facing windows that resemble the cockpit of a sailboat, an intentional framing of focus and forward motion. It's a room designed for decisions made quietly, without an audience. The third floor shifts the tone entirely. This level is built around family life and downtime. Bunk rooms, a play area, an ensuite bath, and an outdoor patio with a stone fireplace create a casual, lived-in environment. Nothing formal, nothing staged. It's space designed to absorb noise rather than create it. Below, the house reveals its pressure valve. The lower level is entertainment without exposure. A private theater, full bar, ping pong and billiards tables, a second kitchen, laundry, and storage. It functions as a self-contained retreat where time stretches and the outside world stays out. Outside, the property finally exhales. Roughly 24 meters of private lakefront, a stone fire pit, barbecue area, and a 12-meter jetty make the water part of daily life rather than decoration. Here, the lake isn't scenery, it's reset. A heated garage and a separate guest suite above it add flexibility without intruding on the main house. This home isn't about hiding, it's about choosing silence when you control the volume. Closer to power, a different address takes over. Her Washington, D.C. residence, built in 2003, blends traditional American architecture with modern efficiency. Natural light floods the interiors, softening what could otherwise feel purely operational. With 3 to 4 bedrooms, the house adapts easily. Late-night prep, small meetings, or quiet evenings away from the West Wing. The main living area sets the tone immediately. Dutch doors open into an airy space centered on a classic fireplace. Subtle, not ceremonial. French doors connect living and dining areas and extend outward to a private patio. The layout is designed for controlled hosting, not spectacle. Conversations stay contained. The kitchen mirrors that philosophy. Stainless steel appliances, blue stone countertops, dual cabinetry, and a farmhouse sink emphasize durability and speed. This is a working kitchen, efficient, clean, practical, aligned with a fast professional rhythm. Hardwood floors and 3-meter ceilings keep the ground level open without excess. A guest bedroom with an ensuite bath sits on the main floor, ideal for visits that don't disrupt the rest of the house. Upstairs, the primary suite feels unexpectedly removed from Washington's intensity. A pyramidal ceiling lifts the room vertically, creating breathing space. A small library nook doubles as a private office, built for strategy and decompression. The bedroom includes its own fireplace, reinforcing stillness. Dual walk-in closets and separate bathrooms introduce routine and structure rather than indulgence. A spa bath and walk-in shower reset the day without announcing it. The lower level adds 2 more bedrooms, a full-service bath, and laundry, making the house fully functional without feeling dense. A single-car garage, covered parking, and generous street access reflect city realities handled efficiently. French doors appear again, reinforcing the indoor-outdoor balance. This Washington house isn't where she becomes louder, it's where she stays precise. A command post, not a trophy. And while homes signal stability, vehicles tend to reveal instinct. Each one tells a different story about roots and symbolism. The 1957 Chevrolet Bel Air isn't transportation, it's a time capsule. Chrome fins, wide grille, pastel confidence. Many models carried V8 engines pushing up to 283 horsepower, serious muscle for their era. But the appeal isn't speed, it's meaning. Small-town America on 4 wheels. Then came a moment that cut through the noise instantly. No podium, no policy, just action. Leavitt surprised a high school janitor with a Mitsubishi Motors X-Force, a compact SUV built for reliability, not spectacle. A 1.5-liter engine, just over 100 horsepower, front-wheel drive. The kind of car that doesn't try to impress anyone, but shows up every morning without complaint. The gesture wasn't framed as charity. There was no branding attached to it. It was recognition, quiet respect for someone who keeps systems running without ever being noticed. Cars, though, are only one layer of the signal. When engines stop and cameras move closer, another language takes over. That brings us to how power gets dressed. At 28, Karoline Leavitt uses fashion as emphasis, not excess. During her first press briefing on January 28th in the Brady Press briefing room, she wore a burgundy suit priced around $150, deliberately accessible. The contrast lived in the details. A prominent cross necklace anchored the look, while Jimmy Choo heels, reportedly around $730, quietly shifted the frame. The full outfit approached $900, striking a balance between relatability and authority. That balance repeats. At her swearing-in, she chose a structured $500 coat from LPA, polished, modern, controlled. Away from the podium, accessories speak louder. She's been photographed with a $6,000 Dior Lady D Light bag and a $2,000 Louis Vuitton Neverfull tote. Whether critics see aspiration or disconnect is irrelevant. The message is consistency. She dresses like someone who expects to be taken seriously. Fashion, like real estate or vehicles, is only the visible layer, which raises the inevitable question, where does the money actually come from? Despite near-constant national exposure, Leavitt's personal wealth remains modest by Washington standards. Most estimates place her net worth around $100,000, though the number is debated due to limited disclosures. Unlike many officials who arrive after careers in law, lobbying, or business, she entered politics early, with proximity to power, not capital. That changed structurally, but not extravagantly, when she became White House press secretary in 2025 under Donald Trump. The role carries an estimated annual salary of $180,000, placing her within the federal executive pay scale. It's a meaningful jump from staff-level compensation and comes with standard government benefits. Still, by elite Washington measures, it's income, not wealth. Before that, she worked as a presidential speechwriter and assistant press secretary, roles heavy on influence, light on financial upside. Her 2022 congressional campaign reinforces the picture. Financial disclosures from 2021 and 2022 listed no assets, no real estate, no investments, and no outside income, no safety net, no hidden portfolio. That puts Leavitt in a rare position, a high-ranking White House official whose influence far outweighs her net worth. Her lifestyle, homes, fashion, travel, is supported by salary, family structure, and positioning, not accumulated capital. And behind the numbers, behind the salary charts and disclosures, is a more private story, one shaped by faith, family, and the life she returns to when the cameras finally shut off. Away from the podium, Leavitt's personal life follows a quieter logic. In December 2023, she became engaged to Nicholas Riccio, a real estate developer from New Hampshire who is 32 years older than her. They met the year prior during her congressional campaign, introduced casually at a restaurant. What began without intention gradually became serious, built outside political circles and media awareness. Leavitt has described Riccio as reserved, routine-oriented, and deeply private, the inverse of her public-facing role. Where she operates under pressure and confrontation, he prefers stability and distance from attention. That contrast, by her own account, created balance rather than friction. Their lives moved quickly. In July 2024, Leavitt gave birth to their son while holding one of the most demanding communications positions in American politics. Within a week, she returned to work. The image divided opinion. Supporters saw resolve. Critics questioned sustainability. Leavitt treated it as continuity, intensity uninterrupted. They married quietly in January 2025, days before Donald Trump's second inauguration. The timing closed one chapter as another reached its peak. Riccio remained out of public view, not as an accessory to power, but as a stabilizing constant alongside it. Not all of her private life has remained untouched by policy. In November 2025, the mother of one of Leavitt's nephews was arrested by U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, initiating deportation proceedings. The moment created a quiet collision between her professional alignment and extended family reality, one she neither dramatized nor denied. At the center of her private structure is faith. Leavitt is a practicing Roman Catholic, and religion functions as daily discipline rather than identity signaling. She has spoken about beginning mornings with prayer, grounding herself before entering conflict-heavy environments. Before press briefings, she participates in group prayer, not for dominance, but for composure and clarity. For Leavitt, faith is not messaging, It's structure, the mechanism that allows ambition and obligation to coexist. Authority alongside motherhood, public confrontation balanced by private restraint. Beyond policy battles and headlines, her life follows an older framework: family, belief, responsibility first. Whether that framework holds under sustained national power remains open, but for now, it defines who she is when the cameras shut off and the noise finally drops. Karoline Leavitt's life isn't built for spectacle, it's built for endurance. Public intensity balanced by private structure, ambition anchored by routine, faith, and family. Whether that foundation holds as power compounds is a story still unfolding. If this breakdown gave you a clearer picture, like the video, subscribe to Zenith, and comment "structure" below. More deep dives are coming, focused on what's hidden, not what's loud.